Welcome, this is Shakti Carola Nevern, your online astrologer, with my weekly power forecast. So as you know, I am condensating the astrological events of the coming week into something practical, into something you can apply. And then I do my 1 minute every day kind of little forecast where I talk about where the moon is and which planet is changing the sign. So that gives you kind of a daily little inspiration and update. And then, of course, I always talk about the new moon and the full moon. So we have the new moon coming up on Wednesday, a new moon in Taurus, which I have made an extra video for you about that. And that is the big event of the next week, and I will talk about it, of course, but from a different perspective. So if you listen to this video and the new moon video, you get kind of a really holistic perspective on how to navigate and serve this particular energy. I live on Maui, so it's all about surfing and water and beach. Not that I'm going much to the beach, but a lot of people on the island love the beach. And I have a very, a very respectful connection to the ocean, because I got really dumped several times. I almost broke my back. So I go to the beach, but more rarely. But the idea is with the waves that you learn how to surf the wave. So it's not working to struggle against the wave, and you can't do that. So you want to get smart enough, adapted enough, and learn how to surf the wave. So this is what these astrological forecasts are about, to get you prepared, to get you ready, so you know what to expect, and then you have better, more high-end choices. As I have discussed before, there are no bad planets, there are no bad signs in astrology, but there's always a high-end way of possibilities how to navigate and express those qualities, those frequencies, those archetypes into the three-dimensional world, into manifestation. So, and then there's always a low-end way how to do that, which is usually more painful and things don't flow right and we get sick. And so the whole idea with forecast astrology, and especially with your birth chart reading, it's all about getting you ready and give you that high wisdom perspective onto how to really thrive with everything you brought with you, and to really know what are your potentials and how can you bring them into the highest expression available to you. So coming week on Wednesday, we have the new moon in Taurus. So if you are a Taurus, a lot of what I'm going to discuss today will really hold true for a lot of aspects in your personal life, but also if you have moon or an ascendant in Taurus. So, and then on Friday, we have the Venus stepping into Aries. And that's kind of interesting because the Venus is also the ruler of Taurus. So it's a ruler of the new moon. And the new moon is a conjunction of the moon and sun. So the sun stepped last week into Taurus. So it's all about this Taurian qualities. It's all about getting grounded, really being comfortable in this physicality, in this body of ours. And I love to talk about the body as really being the temple of our soul. And I think in our spiritual evolution, where we are as a species, it's really about bringing in the divine into this body. We are spiritual beings having a physical human experience. And historically, in many religious teachings, it was all about getting out of the body, transcending the body. The body was viewed as an enemy with sexual urges, and we tried to get out of the limitations of the body. So now it's really kind of coming to a balance point. Yes, we have a body with certain needs, and we are spiritual beings. We're manifesting according to our state of consciousness. So with the Taurus perspective, it's really about finding a way to be comfortable in this body. And part of that is to have a healthy body, to have energy to move around in your life. So in the new moon video I already did, I talk about that I discovered the bulletproof coffee for myself. And I must tell you that it really made a big difference in my life. I have tried it before, but just with organic coffee, and I just couldn't handle it. And then I found out with more research that it has to do with the mold level even organic coffee is having. So now I do the bulletproof coffee, and it really, I can feel how it changes my brain. So all the energizing and anti-inflammatory enzymes in the coffee are obviously really helpful. So, but of course, there are many more things to do. So we know it's all about good nutrition, it's all about detoxification, it's about moving this body. And all these changes really need a change in lifestyle. So the question is, how can we establish healthy habits? Because a lot of us, we have certain insights. We know some things are good for us. We should do them. And then we just don't follow through. And so today I thought I wanted to take a deeper look at what it takes to really stick to those changes and create new habits. So you might have heard that they say it takes 30 days to shift a habit. So if you want to create a new habit, you have to push it and be on top of that for 30 days, and then it gets easier. So now with the new neuroscience, they say it takes 66 days to get a habit so ingrained that it becomes habitual. So you don't have to think about it anymore. It's really part of your strategy. It's part how you are in life. So I would imagine this is the place we want to get to. So the question is, how do we get there? So the starting point is to know why. Why do you want to establish a new habit, a new healthy way, new healthy lifestyle? And for a lot of people, the why is answered, well, I want to lose weight. I want to be in a place where I have more energy for my life. So these are obviously good motivations, but still the why and to have an answer for the why, it's just not good enough. So first of all, we can model people who have been successful in achieving where we want to go. So in NLP, it's all about modeling, and Tony Robbins really took that to a high extreme. His whole life work is about modeling high achievers in different areas. And I love Tony Robbins. I think he is a very valid mentor to have. So modeling somebody is a starting point. And then we already have the goals, then we start with what we call micro habits. So with micro habits, we don't start with half an hour jogging. We start with 15 minutes of walking, or jogging to the next lamppost, or jogging for 2 minutes. So we make micro commitments. And the trick with those micro commitments is when we achieve those goals, those mini goals we set ourselves, then we have that feeling of accomplishment. And then if we do just instead of 2 minutes but 3 minutes, then we feel really successful. But if we set ourselves up for half an hour, today I'm going to start jogging, we set ourselves up for failure. It's just not working. So get your goal, to do some research about people who have achieved that goal, and then organize your thinking and your day into those micro goals, and and create those habits. And when you start with 2 minutes of jogging, then after 3 days you can extend it to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. So just be smart about it, because if you start with half an hour of jogging, you do it one day and then you're in so much pain the next day you won't do anything anymore. So repetition and this feeling of success, and that in itself is a reward. So, and when we do that, we also build a momentum. And that's actually what the habituation is about, that momentum keeps us going. And Tony Robbins has created a new word called kanai, constant and never-ending innovation. So the idea is that every day we strive to become a little bit better, to push a little bit further from where we are in the direction towards that goal we have set ourselves. So that's a very powerful way to build the momentum, to have that micro goals, success and achievements, and to build from that. Another helpful trick is that we envision ourselves. Like, let's say you want to go for a jog in the morning. When you go to bed, you envision yourself getting out of bed, have your bulletproof coffee or whatever you do, and then you go for your walk. So by envisioning those habits or those strategies you want to do, you set your brain up, you set your system up, that it's so much easier than to get up in the morning and do those steps. And then over time, after 66 days, it's ingrained. We don't even have to think about it anymore. We just move forward. And then there is Venus stepping into Aries. So Aries is the first sign in one circle of evolution. So it's fire, it's ruled by Mars. So it's very spunky, fiery, passionate, moving the energy. So Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and stepping into that fiery, expressive, moving forward sign. It's really a good week this week to really set those goals you want to achieve, and you will have a lot of wind in your back moving you forward to really take the action which is needed. So there's a little more energy available. And whenever we feel passionate about something, things get so much easier to do. And if we don't feel passion about something, then it's hard. Then we need a lot of willpower, and we know how far that goes. So this is a week to really set your goals, to get passionate about something, and to move forward. Venus also relates to our whole heart, connection, love, relationship aspect of life. So this is also the time where you want to bring a little more new energy into your relationships, where you want to go play together, go out into the sun. I mean, it's spring, so even in areas where it has been still really cold, finally spring is coming. So expose yourself, be out in the sunlight, move that body, and doing that with your loved one or with a friend makes it so much more enjoyable to do. So with exercise, it's always easier to do if you find something which works, when you find something you actually enjoy doing. So that's half of the reaching that goal. And then if you have been following me, you know that I always give you a gemstone to work with, which kind of helps you to move in the right direction with the energy of the week. So with all these earthy energies, I already talked on the new moon video about the carnelian. That's a wonderful stone because it's really grounding and connects to the first 3 chakras. So it's energizing, but in a very grounded way. Also, there is red garnet, which connects to the first chakra. And you can find them, I don't have one, but you can find them as really nice dark red crystals. And whenever you have bigger stones, it's really nice to just carry them in your pocket, so you have them in your energy field. And of course, you can use them and lay mandalas on your body for meditation. So the carnelian and the red garnet are both energizing, grounding stones. The red garnet is more stone, which will help you to really tap into your energy, to really break through, to get that energy moving. While the carnelian is more connected to the solar plexus as well. So it's more really about connecting with your personal power to make the decisions and apply them and go with that. So yeah, whenever you work with gemstones, the idea is that you bring a certain frequency into your field and help balance your own energy field. And we all have certain blockages, energetic blockages in our body. So when you meditate with gemstones, or you have them in your energy field or in your jewelry, you bring a very specific frequency into your field, and that will help balance or uplift or energize depending on what the specific stones are. So I always love to hear back from you about your experience with the gemstones, and in general I hope you like the video, and if you don't know where the actualizations are happening in your chart, you can go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com. There you will get your chart, your horoscope, and your love stone report. So your love stone report will give you a discussion of the gemstone for your Venus position in your chart, and how you can balance that heart of yours and help to heal those old wounds we all carry. So for the coming new moon, it will be interesting then to see where is that happening in your chart. Because remember, by definition, the new moon is a new start, is a new cycle throughout the next month, starting with the energy of the sign the new moon is in. So that's why this is really such a wonderful month to really get straightened out and change those habits and take care for your temple, and you will be much more happy and peaceful and able to concentrate and do the things you set out to do if the body is happy. So aloha from Maui and namaste, and I hope I see you around. If you haven't, check out my daily 1-minute inspiration, and I see you around.